fence was broken or they broke the window at the back. Right from the main door here.
This one, this is where this one, I will have 10 or 16 cells. Separate cells.
There are different cells inside.
And all
how many people? And now they came out from this place like this and went out like this. And went out. I don't, this is here the units. I mean, the better, you that's more the better story. This one is complete brushes. Complete brushes. And they were going out, and people were on duty here. I'm sure you have family that, and this was even fenced around.
We have four
it's a very, very sad incident.
Shift your mic down.
The Inspector General of Police is not happy with what has happened and has directed that she come here to visit the
your mic down now
and give a first-hand report of what happened. But I want to reassure the people of the state that we are taking every measure possible to ensure that these boys these suspects who are arrested, who escaped, are rearrested. I also want to use the opportunity to debunk that social media news. Over hundreds of suspects escaped from the CCI. We have done a painstaking check and we found that 10 suspects escaped. However, that's 10 suspects is still many. I want to reassure the people of Edo State that all steps have been taken and very soon these bad boys will be brought back to where they should be. I don't think there's much cause for alarm because we have strategized now, and very soon the PRO will brief you further on the arrest of the suspects. Thank you.
There are indications that several crime suspects, including kidnappers, armed robbers, and cultism, have escaped from the custodies of the Edo State Police Command. The suspect allegedly escaped from the detention facilities of the Edo State Criminal Investigation Department, SCID, at the command headquarters in Benin. All the police officers on duties at the SCDI during the escape, Premier Times learned on Saturday, has been arrested and detained on the order of the State Commissioner of Police, Johnson Kukumo. The actual numbers of the suspects that escaped could not be ascertained, but sources at the command headquarters disclosed that the majority of the escapees are kidnappers and armed robbers. A police officer said the incident happened around midnight on Saturday, but attempts to get a clearer picture of how the incident happened were not possible at the State Commissioner of Police. Mr. Kukumon neither picked calls nor responded to text messages to his phones. Mr. Ayola simply told our correspondents to wait for an official statement from the state commander for details of the incident. Just as you've seen in Edo State, that a lot is really happening and the police is not helping in any situations to calm the crime in Edo State down. Happy to give kudos to the Edo State newly formed vigilante who is carrying out a severe bodies to make sure they clear off the criminals and kidnappers of the streets.
The suspected kidnappers apprehended by some youths in Okun community. Narrating their experience, the Okun youth said 2 armed young men with suspicious movement in the community were first apprehended. They said upon interrogation, they gathered from them of the presence of others in the bush. They said they quickly alerted men of the Edo State Vigilante Group who stormed the bush and arrested 3 other armed men while some others took to their heels. The head of operations, Edo State Vigilante, said they were able to achieve the feat owing to the cooperation of Ohun residents. He sued for same support from other communities.
They said they have other people in the bush, then we now follow them to the bush. And then we now got the other men that are there with all these arms. That was where we recovered all these things. That's why we brought them here now. So we want to take them to the station.
The Okaihele of Okun community, Louis Ulame, said the arrest of the armed men is the result of concerted efforts put in place to rid the community of all forms of criminalities.
This morning, automatically, we saw some group of people, they were coming. We tried to stop them, and they refused to stop. Then one of them drew our attention. He was masking up, covering up. Then we have to chase him, and we and the vigilante, the community, and we have to chase him. At the end, we got him with a double barrel gun, locally made, and a locally made pistol. So that was got to say that is what attracted us to apprehend them. After apprehending the two of them, the two of them now confessed that the rest of them are inside the bush, that they are coming from a local bypass to come and terrorize Okun community.
The suspects narrate their involvement in the alleged crime.
You get license to enter the bush? Not before Kanu, for Edo. You don't get. You don't know say na crime to enter bush with gun, all this kind of gun. You don't know.
Items recovered from the suspected kidnappers include 4 barrel guns, 1 cut-to-size gun, cartridges, and charms. Thomas Sado reporting.
My neighbor now deceived my wife. My wife was a kind of quarreling with her. That why did she allow her daughter to follow them to the visit? So I now told my wife to leave her. Maybe she did not know when they left. So not quite 30 minutes, my last born great, he ran to the house that he overheard them saying it in the Mr. Semuta side behind my house that Victory has fallen inside the Ikoba Water River side. That's who took her to river. From there, me and the mother and everybody, we rushed to the river. Before we got to the river, we did not see anybody along the street. After 3 streets before Ikoba River in Ogiso, we did not see anybody. And nobody shouted that somebody fell inside the river. Then we shouted, everybody now came out and rushed with us to the river. We got there, we did not meet anybody inside the river. I only met one canoe man who I were begging to help me for canoe to give people that want to enter the river. And the canoe man refused to help. He now said he saw somebody that something that the river was carrying. He did not know if it is human being. He asked all those people, this woman, so that came from Aduawa, they told him this is a big fish.
I asked the woman, is the woman not denied for the first time? Now when the woman reach station now, she can't change maps. They don't release them. They don't tell us.
It's on Friday without investigation.
They don't come investigate. I'm picking up, we don't check it. Both man will go ask the one woman where we are like this. We throw we carry picking put for back. So because he sit there for it with children, he even ask and say, where till they work out they go. Say the woman they say a big fish.
He come down.
They make off no help me.
The husband Victor answer
make people help me. Make people help me. Make the women wey breastfeed their baby. Make them help me. Make them be ask them where they
beg Inspector General.
The news crew visited the apartment of the said neighbor and the house was deserted. With this development, it became difficult for the news crew to get the reaction of the said neighbor and that of her friend who took Victory to the river, as the victim's parents said they do not know the residence of the suspect at Aduawa in Benin City. Confirming the story, the police public relations officer SP Chidu Wambuzo said although some of the suspects in connection with the disappearance of the girl were arrested, they were granted administrative bail while investigation is ongoing.
The command is aware of that case, the case of missing child, Victory. And I want to tell you the case is under the investigation of State Criminal Investigation Department, SCID, Edo State Police Command. About a handful of suspects have been arrested, and during the course of their investigation they've been given administrative bail, and the case is still ongoing. Whichever way they find out, then from the police to the court.
To be sincere, looking at how these police officers is talking and in connections with his body language, it's obvious that he has already collected bribe. Or I really don't know if this man must have got drunk while on duty, but I also want you to pay good attention to the way he's talking and responding to the press when they were asking him questions about the accusations, how he collected bribe, and for the reasons he discharged the suspect. It is not the first time of Nigerian police turning cases around against the victim instead of the suspect.
There was pandemonium on TV Road, Benin City, as crowd of residents gathered to view the body of one of the suspected kidnappers, shot dead by security personnel. According to some residents and eyewitnesses, the victim, after purchasing drugs from a pharmacy on TV Road, was trailed by the suspects to her vehicle. They said in an attempt to abduct her, some soldiers on routine patrol to the area opened fire and killed one of the suspects. One other suspect escaped from the scene on foot, while others took the woman away using their sports utility vehicle.
I saw this Lexus Jeep. So as he stopped, another vehicle, Toyota Mattress, was there. They blocked the woman. They said, "Madam, oh yeah, enter this vehicle." I was thinking that there was police. So when I saw a soldier, he lost. Just stop automatically. The three of them ran to this wall. They tried to enter the other vehicle. So one of them moved. Then the soldier opened fire on this guy that is on the road.
Now me pursue those armed robbers here. As a pursuer, that they try made they exchange with army, but unfortunately they failed. So army don't kill one. Yeah, now the rest army don't pursue that they go front.
It's an armed robber. This is what the people terrorizing the Benin City.
There's a parent on them. The parent must know what their children is and caution them. One, government also should provide amenities, provide work, and see to it that all this nonsense will stop.
Confirming the incident, Edo State Police Public Relations Officer SP Chidinwabozo said the State Police Command has launched a manhunt to arrest other members of the gang who escaped from the scene.
Men of the Nigerian Army Benin City, collaborating with the Nigerian police, did the rescue. As we speak, the matter is under investigation, and at the end of it, we'll be able to brief properly the members of the public. A serious manhunt is on to get the fleeing other gang members and bring them to justice.
It was gathered that the victim was later dropped off at Ekenwa Road by